All right. Well, first things first. Half-Life 3 confirmed.
So, if you're wondering what this is where me and Church talk about the upcoming E3. We make a few predictions. This could be like a 5-minute video. This could be a 40-minute video. And don't expect like cool cinematography effects, like I normally do. And you've come to expect from the Game Yanks. It's just gonna be two fat guys talking about E3.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's pretty much it.
That's it.
So, all right, we'll see you later. All right.
So first of all, Bethesda this year is hosting their very first actual E3 conference
ever.
Fallout 4 confirmed.
Fallout 4 confirmed.
If they come out onto that stage and they don't confirm Fallout 4 Shadow of Boston, because it's going to be Shadow of Boston, everyone's just going to flip. Everyone is going to be so upset.
Dude, I'll be upset.
But okay, so this is what I'm thinking. Dishonored 2.
Okay.
For whatever reason. We're not the biggest Dishonored fans.
I mean, that's already been pretty much confirmed.
Yeah. The game just did not resonate with us. I don't. Everyone else liked it. I didn't care for it.
I don't hate the game. But
exactly. I don't hate it, but it's just...
It was like a good rental.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Like, I got it free on PlayStation Plus last month. I'm planning on playing through it.
And you know what's weird is that Bethesda usually doesn't make rental games.
Not usually.
And then also they're gonna announce Evil Within 2.
Yep.
And
or
another
more DLC.
rental game.
Yeah.
That was a weird game.
I actually watched Markiplier play through it. I'm glad I didn't play it. It's more fun to watch someone else play it. I didn't want to go through that.
It was way too straightforward for them. There was no real... I mean, it was a good story, but it seemed real Japanese.
To be fair, they were the publishers on it. So.
That is true. They were the publishers.
They didn't make it in-house.
But it really seemed really weird that they would agree to something like that, because usually a lot of their stuff is American.
Yeah.
And that seemed really Japanese writing. I mean, they took a risk on it, and it was a good game.
It was okay. It was fine. But they're also going to come out. They're going to talk about ESO on the consoles.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I'm pretty done with ESO.
I'm pretty done with ESO. Well, I mean, even when it went free, we played it, and I just ain't got the time.
No, exactly. That's the biggest thing. Don't have the time. It was fun.
It's great.
MMO. I just wish I had more time to play it.
If you haven't played it and you got the time,
great.
Really, especially when it comes out on console too.
Yeah, you won't be able to do like add-ons or anything like that. That's my biggest thing, because there were some add-ons that I had to have after a while, like the old mini map, the guild store search.
Oh yeah,
that stuff was essential after a while. But yeah, they're going to talk about that. We know that. They'll probably talk about Wolfenstein.
Oh yeah,
I guess
Wolfenstein.
Again, not my cup of tea, but whatever.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine if you like it.
Yeah,
great.
I mean, but they always make good games.
Yeah. That
I'm like, yeah, cool. I mean, I guess they should talk about that, but really though, the meat of the subject is still Fallout.
Yeah, they have to announce Fallout 4.
If it's just Fallout Shadow of Boston, you'll know that they didn't put their crack team on it, and it's going to be another New Vegas.
Yeah, I think they learned from New Vegas. I liked New Vegas.
Did they, though?
I think they did. Because New Vegas was just like a filler, really, if we're being honest. Yeah. So, either they announce Fallout 4, or they announce The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim 2. We know they're working on.
Something.
So.
I just want to.
But I mean, they've got to have big stuff if they're actually hosting a conference.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
So it has to be big because there
has to be Fallout.
All right.
Has to be Fallout.
But next up on the docket, on the 15th at 9:30, is going to be the Microsoft press conference. And you know what? I think they're going to talk more about their big VR.
Oh yeah.
And Windows 10.
Actually, I think Windows 10 will be more the PC gaming show.
I think. Well, what I'm expecting is they're going to be like, yeah, Windows 10's coming out. Here's all this great news for like PC gamers and stuff like that. As like, they're going to talk about like the new DirectX and everything that's coming out with it. And I mean, I don't think they're going to make a big deal out of it, because honestly, they're going to be like, look at this VR shit, Maybe. And they're like, you can play Minecraft on this fucking VR. And then they're going to announce, like, what, another Halo? Well, I mean, actually, it hadn't even come out yet. Yeah.
We'll
I forgot about that
We'll
already.
see Halo 5 footage. We'll see Rise of the Tomb Raider footage, since it's exclusive, since it's the time exclusive for Xbox One for all. We'll see gameplay of that.
We'll see, which that looks pretty cool.
I mean, it looks fine. We're going to see Battletoads. I'm calling it. They're doing the remake because
I mean, I'd be okay with it.
I didn't like that.
We'll hear more stuff about like expansions and stuff probably to some of the stuff that they put out that really wasn't that popular about like last year, like Spark. Like, remember that?
Yeah, that.
I got hype about
everyone
Spark,
got
and
hype,
then I watched some stuff about it, and I was
yeah.
like, wow, that sucked. And so they're gonna be like, oh, here's some cool stuff in Spark. Remember this game?
Yeah.
They might. I mean, I feel like they're kind of trying to dig up some stuff that didn't sell well. I mean, they've done that before.
I think the big thing is they've got to move consoles because obviously they are way.
Yeah.
I mean, not really way behind,
Well,
but they're behind.
They're
Sony.
behind.
So I mean, Sony just hit the ground running. So I don't necessarily think we're going to see price cuts, but I think we're going to see more of like what they've been doing is getting like the console and then like here's 2 games, here's Unity and Black Flag along with an Xbox One. They're just going to give you more value, so they're just going to throw more games in there.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see a few new bundle editions.
Yeah, and I mean
they've got to have. They've got to have some killer games, first-party games coming out that we don't know about.
Yeah, and it was a great move when they went Connect Free.
Yeah.
On them and stuff, and that caught them up a little bit. But like, look, it was kind of too little, too late. So they're gonna have to push the metal a little bit on that. And Conquer, a new Conquer game.
We're not gonna see Conquer.
A new Conquer
we're
game.
Not,
we
we're
saw
not
it last year at the end of Spark.
Wish.
You know, him and all of his glory, and they're gonna announce a new Conquer game. They're gonna announce Rare is just back. Is what they're gonna do.
They're going to announce Banjo 3.
They're gonna do 3.
That would be the thing to make me buy an Xbox One.
And then, but all the people who worked on Banjo and Kazooie and stuff,
they're all on
ukulele
right now. It's gonna be the greatest game ever. I'm calling it.
Yeah, it'll be.
I cannot get enough water. Damn.
I think it'll be okay. I mean, I think it'll be okay. It'll be a good nostalgia game.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
gonna see new Gears of War, and along with the new Gears of War, they're also going to announce Gears of War HD. All 3 games remastered for the Xbox One HD.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Good call.
I can see that.
I can see that.
I mean, really, other than that,
I mean, they really didn't get too much.
I don't got much.
I think we might see a surprise. You know, like
there's going to be a few.
Kind of like with the Halo, the Halo collection thing last year. We'll see a surprise like that.
I really feel like what we're going to see is the State of Decay MMO. I feel like they're really holding that one back because I mean, it's going to be a Microsoft exclusive again.
You know, I played State of Decay. It was not that fun.
I love zombies, but it just that game. People liked it. I mean, good for them, but it seemed like you ran into a house. All right. This is all I can carry.
Better run back.
And that's all it was to
someone's like, oh, I'm really depressed.
And you take them on a drive throughout the post-apocalyptic wasteland to cheer them up.
And you're like, hey, come on, buddy. That's not that bad. And then they're like, oh. Okay, so then next up after that on the 15th at 3 o'clock. Oh, wait, no, sorry. The 15th at 1 o'clock is going to be the EA.
They're going to show the Division. Not Ubisoft. Never mind. EA. Fuck.
Yeah. They're going to show more Skyline stuff and announce that they're a really evil company. I really don't know what EA's got up their sleeve.
I don't really... As bad as it sounds, I don't care.
I mean,
like,
EA and me have never really gotten along.
Mass Effect 4 is going to be...
Of course.
They're going to do something. I wonder if it's going to be like last year. I cannot get comfy.
I've noticed.
We've got a weird setup, and I don't like it.
It's not weird.
You remember last year whenever they showed Casey Hudson, and then there was that video, and he was like, making games is hard.
Oh, yeah.
We're making an expansive universe, and it's going to be filled with characters, and it's going to take time. So get off our fucking back about it. No one else caught that, but whenever I'm watching it, I was like, that's exactly what he was saying. Just fuck off.
He was just like, it might as well have just been a video of him like sitting there and be like, games are hard and they take time. And then should have just ended. And I mean, and they showed like concept art, and a few like really shitty 3D models that like looked awful.
Yeah. And
so maybe this time we'll actually get a little bit more, because I always forget that Mass Effect is made by EA, and
everyone does.
Well, I mean, it's obviously BioWare, but BioWare's owned by EA.
Yeah, I mean,
because EA just does this with companies. They're like, oh.
So there's that. I bet we'll see Dragon Age Inquisition DLC.
Sure.
I mean, I bet there'll be some new DLC they work on because we know EA and they love their DLC.
They love. You know, they love their DLC so much, but I wonder if they are going to have not only like an expansion, but almost, I feel like there could almost be a standalone.
Like the Dragon Age.
Yeah.
What was it for
whatever.
the first one? Because you had Dragon Age Origins, and then you had whatever the Dragon Age expansion was.
Yeah, but it was like that. I feel like they're gonna do. They might announce something like that. If
I would
not,
be okay with that.
If not, it's just gonna be DLC. But I would.
Yeah.
I'd really like to. I'd really like to get my hands on something like that.
That'd be cool.
Because DLC, I always feel dirty buying DLC, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know. But if it's like a standalone, you're like, oh yeah. You know, I don't know.
I mean, okay. So another thing too to bring up with EA, is it time for a new Battlefield already?
I wasn't even gonna bring it up.
I mean, because they admit they screwed up with Battlefield 4.
Oh, and like Battlefield Hardline.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Like, look, Battlefield Hardline could have been. It could
have been great.
That was the first Battlefield I was excited for since Bad Company.
Yeah.
And look, it was so bad.
Man, this is just us ragging on games.
I know. It kind of. Well, at first we're like, oh, dude, we love this company, and then we got the EA, and we're like. But no, okay.
Plants vs. Zombies 3, by the way. How could we forget that?
How could we forget? That's EA?
I'm pretty sure EA has it.
Really?
Because I think they made... I've got to look this up. If I'm wrong, we're just going to cut this part out.
Okay.
EA did Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, and also they own Plants vs. Zombies 2. Yeah, EA owns Plants vs. Zombies.
Nice. Well, I mean, sorry you're owned by an evil company, but nice.
Yeah, because they got bought out.
Yeah. Well, okay, so they've actually got some stuff. They've actually got some stuff to drop. At first we were like, oh, they don't got much, and then we're like, yeah. So they've got some stuff. So EA is going to be dropping some Mass Effect. It's probably going to announce the new Battlefield. DLC slash standalone for Dragon Age.
We'll see
Plants
sports
versus fucking zombies.
We'll see sports games too. I mean, it's a new year, new sports games. But also too, the big two that we're also forgetting is the new Mirror's Edge that's getting the reboot.
I forgot about that.
EA,
yeah,
and then Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh.
And that's when you were finally able to achieve orgasm. No, we're gonna see a big live stage demo for that one. I feel ashamed for forgetting that.
I completely forgot all about Star Wars. Yep. Look, the whole media right now is so saturated with Star Wars bullshit. Mm-hmm. And I like Star Wars. Don't get me wrong, I love Star Wars. But like, it's so saturated that you just like kind of. So yesterday, I looked up how transmission works. About melted my fucking brain. Like, I don't get it. And they like laid it out to where like an idiot can understand it, and I was just like how I still don't get it. Transmissions are like a miracle of science. And you know what's funny is that like when I was watching it, they said we're going to explain the theory of transmissions, and then I knew I was in for a rough time. But anyway, it's an MMO.
No.
I've heard it was, and then I heard it wasn't,
No,
and then I heard that you're gonna have a single player campaign, then it's gonna be online. So it's not an MMO, but there's gonna be online multiplayer. But it might be an MMO in the same. I don't know.
Yeah, no one.
So I mean, we'll at least maybe find out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see like a big demo and everything.
Next up at June 15th at 6 o'clock is the Sony press conference.
You skipped Ubisoft.
All right. So
they're gonna show. They're gonna show the Division.
3 o'clock.
They're gonna show the Division, and it's gonna be glorious. Dude, if the Division isn't good, I'm gonna lose all faith in games.
You know, I have high hopes.
I have the
that it's gonna
highest
be good,
hopes.
But like, look, I think it's just gonna be all right.
It's gonna be the greatest game ever.
Because I'm basically telling myself that it's gonna be okay, so that when it comes out and it actually is okay,
you don't have
I'm not
Watch Dogs
disappointed.
syndrome.
I'm not disappointed like I was with Watch Dogs. And look, Watch Dogs was a good game.
Watch Dogs was great.
But look, they built it up to here, and it turned out to be here.
Exactly. That was the problem. They overhyped it.
And
but the Division, it's gonna be the greatest game ever.
Shirt sticky.
If it's not, I'm going to be disappointed.
And then I remember when they first, were talking about it and everything, and then the guy's like crouched down, and then he like pushes the door, and everyone went nuts.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's an interesting mechanic. I don't know.
I'm so excited.
And then the guy supposedly who was playing it like on his tablet on the little drone, and was like taking
that was
people
cool.
out. If they live up to some of that stuff, I mean, it'll be good. But it's there's so many things that are so confusing with that game to where I just can't say that it's going to be good.
Yeah, I have high hopes.
But it looks good.
Yeah,
I think it looks good.
And which with Ubisoft, I mean, we'll see the standards. We'll see the new Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah,
they'll showcase that.
The new Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Yeah, Syndicate
looks hype.
It looks cool.
And
we'll see that.
I have not been excited for an Assassin's Creed game
since Black Flag.
Well, honestly, since number 3. Like I was like I wanted to play Black Flag.
Black Flag turned out fantastic.
And it turned out fantastic, but like I wasn't that hype about it. So this is the first game. This is the first one I'm actually like pumped about and actually seeing and everything. I think the main character Jack Fry looks awesome. I like the direction they're going with and everything. It just looks good.
Yeah,
it just looks
I'm
good.
excited.
So
something that no one's talking about. They're going to announce South Park: The Stick of Truth 2.
You think?
I think it sold well enough. That was definitely a gamble on their part, and even they were surprised how well it did.
Yeah.
And I mean, it didn't take as much development time as some of the other things. I don't know. I think they'll do something like that, or we're going to see more indie titles from them, like that, and Child of Light, and a few things like that. Just like I know I didn't care for Child of Light either. But I think we're going to see something, some smaller games like that, because they both did critically well. Everyone loved them.
Yeah, everyone knows how I feel about passionate indie games.
Yeah, I know.
The side scroller. This is so bad. Oh, okay, I'm done. But anyway, but yeah, I feel like we're going to see some good stuff from Ubi, and like, okay, what's her name? The woman who's at the Ubisoft press conference, who is the host. Aisha Tyler, back 3rd year in a row. That's my girl. No,
glad you like her.
No, I don't. That was all in jest. No, Aisha Tyler needs to only play in Archer, the TV show, and that's it. But okay, so like, what else does Ubisoft got under its sack?
I was looking this up. I mean, it's too early for new Far Cry. It's way too early.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to announce new Far Cry. They take their time with those games.
But it's going to be in space, the next one, as far as we know.
They took a poll, and one of them said in space.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even know which one won, honestly. I didn't keep up with it.
Don't know. If anything, if we do see a Far Cry announcement, it'll be like Blood Dragon. For number 3. Like, it'll be some zany spinoff. I mean, I'd be okay with that. I'm fine with that.
They'll probably announce something like Blood Dragon, but they probably won't do Blood Dragon again.
No, they won't visit that again.
I mean, if anything, they'll do like, I think it'd be cool if they did like some sort of like cool like Vietnam kind of thing or something like that, But then again, they like going goofy, so they probably wouldn't go serious.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. Rayman.
Yeah.
See another Rayman.
Yeah, that's okay. Other than that, I really don't got a lot.
Yeah, I don't really.
I'm really hoping they kind of pull out the few surprises this year.
Yeah. What else, though? Honestly, what else is? I mean, they own a lot.
Yeah. Beyond Good and Evil. We'll see Beyond Good and Evil 2 this
People
year.
have been saying that for the last 5 years.
I know.
People have been saying that for like the last 5. I'm not even shitting you. But this time, it might actually happen.
We're going to see a sequel to a game that very few people actually played.
And very fewer people actually really liked. Mm-hmm. But the people who did like it were like... Okay, I'm going to break this down. All the people who actually liked it were people like... who are way higher up on the pay grade than any of us. They were like... Everyone at X-Play... And everyone at G4 in general loved it. Honestly, it was because of G4 that game was even as popular as it was. Because I swear to God, every time I turned on G4 when I was younger, that's all there's like, and today we're going to be talking about Beyond Good and Evil. I'm like...
Yeah, that's true. They covered that game a lot.
I never played it, honestly. But I've watched enough people play it to where I can get a pretty good idea, and it's it's kind of. I mean, I'd like to see it remade.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. I'd like to see it get remade.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we're going to see a new Prince of Persia anytime soon.
I think they're done.
Yeah.
I think they're done with Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
But we're not going to see anything from Watch Dogs. You know. Let's be honest.
Okay, well, it's sold enough. They're going to do a sequel. I mean, hell, it's Ubisoft, so I mean, we're gonna see. A sequel.
Well, they already put out their DLCs and stuff, and then they kind of cut their losses and took their profits and went home.
Yeah.
Yeah. VR from Ubi? What?
No.
That'd be hype.
Really? That's about it?
Yeah, that's it from Ubi.
I mean,
they don't got much.
Not really.
I mean, they always sport little knickknacks and
yeah,
stuff. That
I mean, they'll
no
be
one really
fine.
cares about.
They'll be fine.
Let's see. All right, now for actually Sony on June 15th at 6 o'clock. Sony's got some stuff, man.
I'm glad you think so.
I think that Sony is going to have, of course, bundles with their stuff.
Yeah.
And honestly, I really feel like Sony is going to push their metal. They're basically going to like everything at a discount. And they're going to announce like new PlayStation Plus, all kinds of new PlayStation Plus stuff. Because like literally, I feel like that's one thing that they have to hold on to is PlayStation Plus because they don't got much else.
We're going to see Uncharted 4. If nothing else, we're going to see gameplay.
We're going to see
good, solid gameplay.
And in terms of games, we're going to see Uncharted 4, and which we already saw some pretty good gameplay, but we're going to see better gameplay. This time with all the meshes actually clipped together.
Yeah, that way it doesn't fall through the map.
Like all this stuff, if you watch the gameplay, all of this stuff was just like popping off.
But you know what? I was okay with that because they were confident enough there saying, hey, we're still in the middle of working on this, but it still looks this good.
Yeah.
I was okay with that.
It was okay.
We're going to see the Uncharted trilogy.
Why
do I keep saying trilogy?
Trilogy.
I like it. I'm going to say it.
I know.
Trilogy.
We're going to see the trilogy.
In HD for the PS4. And it will have an Uncharted 4 multiplayer beta. Calling it.
Yeah, but I mean, you're probably right, but I'm like, meh. Dude, have you ever played the Uncharted multiplayer?
Yeah. I was good at Uncharted multiplayer.
Sucked. We're
bad at it. We're going to see stuff from Project Morpheus.
Oh yeah.
I bet we'll get
It's going to get a name.
Yeah, we'll finally get a name.
And they should just keep it at Project Morpheus. It's fucking hype.
I know, I like it. But we will we'll get a price point. They have to get it. $200 seems almost too much for me for a VR headset for a console that was $400.
Yeah, that seems rough. How much is the Kinect going for? And you'll probably find your price.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But okay, this is the year. Last Guardian is not going to get announced.
Last Guardian?
Yeah, it's the Sony game that's been promised forever. Here, I'll pull a picture and show you.
I actually don't know. Last Guardian.
It's like with the dog and everything.
Oh, is it by
from Team Eco?
Eco, yeah.
Yeah. This has been announced. This is supposed to have been announced like 5 or 6 years ago.
You know, they can just not make any more games.
Yeah, I know.
Like, look, Shadow of the Colossus was good, and like, yeah. I mean, let's be honest. All right, so is Sony going to reveal any other hardware besides VR?
Okay. Sony's going to come out this year, and they're going to announce a new version of the PS Vita. Calling it.
That seems really soon.
Dude, the PlayStation Vita's getting old.
Well, I mean, didn't they just come out with another version of it?
Yeah, but
that was like it was the competitor for the like Nintendo DS XL 510i.
It was just a different version of the Vita. It was just smaller, and they basically took out the OLED's ED whatever it is screen, and they just made it cheaper. I bet we're gonna see a new one revamped with shoulder buttons on the back. I bet they're gonna get rid of the touchpad along the back and everything like that.
Yeah, I always kind of thought the touchpad was cool.
And what's funny is if you look on the dev models of the PlayStation Vita, they all have an HDMI port on the bottom, HDMI out, to where you'd be able to plug it into your TV and play games on your TV.
Oh. Well, that's about 10 years too late.
But the consumer models don't.
Well,
so I bet we're going to see a redesign that has shoulder buttons on the back, no touchpad along the back. I mean, or there's probably touchpads somewhere, because then they have to make it compatible with all the other games.
Sure.
And then it'll have an HDMI out on it.
I would like to see the HDMI.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about the Vita.
No, I don't either. But I mean, I'd like to see it moving in the right direction anyway.
I know.
Because, like, look, if someone doesn't do it, then no one's going to do it.
And this is kind of like their last year to basically show it's like, yeah, hey, you need a PS4 and you need a Vita.
You need both of them.
Yeah, and then if maybe this will be the year where we see the PS4 Vita bundle. Who the hell knows? But what's weird about Sony's conference is they generally show Square games. They usually show their Final Fantasies. They'll show Kingdom Hearts 3 probably. But the problem is Square is doing their own conference this year, which we'll get to here in a minute. So is Square going to be double dipping a lot?
Like we've seen it before with stuff. It's like one will show a trailer and then the other one will show gameplay
Which,
footage.
I mean, Ubisoft and Sony have always done that. So, I mean, we'll see some Ubisoft game.
They're like this.
Yeah. Usually Ubisoft will show like some demo, and then the Sony booth will get a different demo. Like they did that with Assassin's Creed 2. That's the one I always remember.
Yeah.
But Sony's got to come out. They've got to announce some. They've got to announce some first-party games.
Yeah, they got to.
They're coming soon.
I feel like they're gonna. I feel like they're gonna announce some stuff that's coming soon. I mean, like
we need a new God of War. It's time.
We need
a new God of War without Kratos. We need Sony Santa Monica to come out and say, hey, we're working on a game in the God of War universe that doesn't star Kratos. Change up the name. I mean, I don't care. Just as long as it's within that universe, within the lore. Because let's be honest, no one likes Kratos.
Yeah, no.
I love the God of War games to death, and I hate Kratos.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
You know, I really didn't mind him in the third game.
Yeah, that was... They actually tried to give him a character in that.
You know, and I actually liked Pandora.
I did too.
I thought she was cool.
I liked her.
And then the ending sucked.
Yeah, the ending was alright.
It
was alright.
Blue. Alright, so anyway.
So, really, I mean, Sony, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what
maybe
they're
they
gonna
don't.
do.
I really felt like there was more, but
there's not. That's the problem.
There's not.
Because it's just a bunch of third-party stuff, unless they've got some stuff underneath their sleeve. That
I feel like they have to. I feel like they're going to come out. I mean, I know that they're going to announce some games that some new IPs. They're going to come out with some new IPs and then they're gonna talk about the Vita.
Yeah. We'll probably see. We may see some Bloodborne DLC.
We might see some Bloodborne DLC.
God, I love that game.
And I feel like that might actually kind of be it.
Unless they're gonna start a new Infamous game. I don't know. Don't know.
Who's next up on the docket? After Sony, it is a Nintendo.
Okay,
on
so
June
this is
16th at 9:00.
Okay, so this is the one that they can either do nothing or it's going to be the greatest conference ever.
Look, Shigeru Miyamoto could like come out shit on a paper plate and the crowd would go nuts.
Pretty much.
But
okay, there's so much they can do. They're going to announce Animal Crossing for the Wii U.
Oh yeah.
It's gotta happen. I need an Animal Crossing game on the Wii U.
And they're going to unveil the Player's Choice new amiibo and DLC character, and then
they're gonna talk about Smash Bros DLC probably quite a bit.
Oh yeah, they're gonna talk about all the new amiibos coming out. How it's going to be easier to find them, which is a fucking lie.
Yeah, it's a goddamn
lie. All this stuff. And they're going to talk about, they're probably going to unveil that they're going to host... Well, actually, I think they already did. Didn't they already unveil that they're going to do, like, Smash tournaments and stuff? And they're going to redo, like, the fucking Nintendo Olympics?
Yeah, they're redoing that. We already know about that.
That's pretty cool, but they'll talk about that. And then we're going to hear about Wii Music. Because that important things... What happened with that Harry Potter game that was like announced forever ago? And that was like, did that ever happen?
There were several Harry Potter
games. But there was
games.
one specifically that I heard about last year that looked really cool, and it had to do with like a book and everything, and it like never came out.
Oh, that was actually from Sony.
Was Sony?
Yeah, it was because it had the move and everything.
Oh, you're right.
And, it's from J.K. Rowling. Yeah, that was back in Sony.
Did that ever happen?
I don't know. No one cares about it. It
was
was like a 30-minute demo, and no one cared.
Yeah, it took forever.
Yeah. No, everyone tries to forget about it.
I just wanted to get that out of my system. Anyway, so let's see.
So Nintendo has to come out this year, and they have to say, look, listen, we know we've already announced our new console, but you still need to buy the Wii U, and here's why. They have to focus.
They'll probably be like, oh, here, you can actually just go and buy pads, too. Which... Well, because, like, you, like, can't.
No, you can't, and it's weird.
And it's so weird. So they're, like, here, you can go buy pads. Yeah. Like... I feel like they're... I feel like they need, if anything, that they need to do is make stuff more accessible to the public.
Yeah.
Because a lot of their stuff is just like sucks to find, or you gotta order it from fucking Japan.
Yep, usually.
And then good luck if it even works with your shit.
Yeah.
So.
But okay, so we're going to see Star Fox for the Wii U. We know that one exists.
Yeah.
They're probably going to show off Mario Maker, which I'm excited about Mario Maker. Like, some people are, some people aren't.
If it was free, I'd be excited about it. I just don't feel like anyone should pay for that.
That's one of those that as long as the community latches onto it, I mean, it's a game that can last forever.
Yeah, but I mean, like, look, it's not Minecraft.
No, it's not. It's not Minecraft. It's more Little Big Planet.
Yeah, it's more
this is
like
basically
Little Big Planet.
Nintendo's answer to Little Big Planet.
Which that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Which that's fine. But
Which
I'm
surprised because you like creating levels and stuff like that.
I like creating levels with like good mechanics and stuff. And look, like I've played with their mechanic builder or stage builder on Smash Brothers. It sucks.
But you designed a hell of a stage.
Yeah, but I mean, and I really need to remake it too. There's a lot of stuff I don't like. But like a lot of their stuff just sucks.
Yeah.
Especially like because like when you have the pad in this hand and you use the little stylus, it's not exactly 1-to-1 on the stylus.
No, it's not.
And you know, like all those like little drawings and stuff. Like when you turn on your Wii U and there's all those little drawings that people like make. And
How
stuff.
the fuck do they?
How
do
they
those?
do that? I
don't know.
idea. Because look, I'm not the world's greatest artist, but like I can draw myself some stuff, and like I was just like, this is impossible.
Yeah.
You know. So and they give you like the screen is like, you know, like that big. And then the square that you get to draw in is like that. And I'm like, the fuck is this? So I just, you know, that's why I don't have big hopes in bringing this around. That's why I don't have big hopes for Mario Maker.
That's fair enough.
Because, like,
I can see it.
Their shit is just rough sometimes when it comes to that.
But okay, so back to what they're actually going to announce.
Yes.
They have to announce a new Metroid game.
Yes.
Has to be something.
And I think it's going to be great.
I feel like this is the year where they're going to come out and say, hey, you know what? GameCube games? They're on the Virtual Console now.
About fucking time.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not on there already. Because they're just now really getting into the 64 games.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they'll probably announce like a plethora of new games coming to the Virtual Console,
you know,
too.
And it's like you can emulate.
You can emulate for
free.
But sometimes it's fun having it in the living room.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That was like Kyla. She wanted Super Mario 64, and I said, well, we can just go on the computer and emulate. She goes, no, I want it in the living room. So
I know.
There goes 10 of my dollars.
And then they were gone with 10 of my dollars. I know what you mean. So okay, they're gonna get some GameCube games on there.
Hopefully.
And then what's going on with their virtual market? Like with their whole coin system and everything. Like what happened out of that?
Are you talking about the Club Nintendo thing?
Yeah, like what's happening with that?
It's gone.
Like, okay, so that's gone. So what is it being replaced by?
We don't know yet.
Okay, so
yeah,
good time to announce it,
yeah, hopefully
Nintendo.
We'll hear something. I bet we're gonna see something along the lines like Hyrule Warriors 2. We're gonna see some crossover where they let some third party use Nintendo characters for something like that because it did well.
Yeah.
It did really well for.
It did well,
Nintendo.
but man, Hyrule Warriors suck.
Again, we're just ragging on games.
I hated that game.
I did too. I didn't like it.
Well, I had actually something good to say, but then I totally forgot. The new Zelda game. That's obviously
it's
going
not
to be
being
happening.
shown.
It is not being shown.
They said it's not coming to E3 this year.
And that sucks.
I think they're lying. I think they're going to pull the whole Nintendo thing. It's like, oh yeah, and one more thing. We lied to you. Here's some footage.
Reggie, you lie to me constantly. Your body wasn't ready. But, so we may or may not see some Zelda.
Yeah.
We will see Star Fox, which, look, about fucking time.
We'll see some footage from Splatoon. They'll probably talk about that.
Splatoon, yeah,
which is
sure.
Whatever.
Well, sure, it's a game, At least they have games.
Yeah.
Sony. And,
well, at least Sony can actually get third-party developers, though.
Sony.
We are forgetting 3DS though. I mean, we're gonna see. This is their time to make the push for the new 3DS, because right now the only reason to have it is so you can play Xenoblade, and you can have
Pokemon,
and you could have a extra stick for Majora's Mask and Smash. Those are like the only reasons. So they're gonna come out and say, hey, these games are exclusive to the new 3DS. You have to go out and buy it now.
Yeah. Do you think they'd announce a new Pokemon game?
I would like to see a console version Pokemon game.
I'd like to see a console version that's not like Stadium.
Yeah.
But here's one thing that's interesting. I don't know if they're showing it or not, is their crossover between Puzzles and Dragons. All right? Have you heard about this? Read about this? Obviously you have. Talking to the audience. So, crossover between Nintendo and Puzzle and Dragons, the highest selling mobile game in Japan and was quickly growing in America. Sony, I guess, bought them out or was partnering
They're
with them.
partnered with them.
And they're going to have a Pokemon-esque game, RPG, where you play a character and you go around and then you, I guess, battle your monsters. Sounds a lot like Pokemon, but you do it in a P&D style. What's P&D?
Or matching.
P&D is short for Puzzles and Dragons.
For those in the know.
For those in the know. So that's going to be something kind of interesting. Like I really wonder how they're going to do that.
I played the demo not too long ago.
Did you? Was it good?
It's fun.
It's
really hard, but it's really fun.
So like what is it like Pokemon where you just kind of get random battles or you just battle people?
It was just the demo, so like they just had everything preset up for you.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like the whole entire lineup was already made for you and everything. They just let you go through the dungeon. But dude, it's freaking long.
Really?
But it's fun.
And I mean,
it's really fun.
And you have to like since it's on the pad, correct? And so you move your orbs like you did.
Mm-hmm. It's fun.
And there's and also since it's a mobile game coming over to Nintendo, one of my questions is there any exchange, any currency exchange? You know, what is it? Microtransactions.
In-app purchases.
In-app purchases, microtransactions, if you will.
It doesn't look like it. It does not look like it.
And from one of our sources, it says no. It says no. So
we have sources.
We have sources. You're damn right. So it says no, that there won't be any gem, stone, any microtransactions. So that's something that is actually kind of interesting. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I'm hoping for some surprises.
Yeah.
Because we don't really. Nintendo's usually pretty private, so we don't know a lot.
Yeah.
I bet
they're definitely the Apple of the gaming community.
Yeah. I bet we do see a new Mario game that's not Mario Maker. I hope that we do. I hope we see a 3D World 2.
Am I the only person on Earth
I know you
who's
hated
fucking
it.
sick of Mario? I'm just saying, that horse was dead in the 90s, man.
People still buy them. People still play them.
And
we're gonna see them.
And they are fun, but just need some fresh blood up in there, Nintendo.
So I don't know. I don't have a lot for Nintendo. I'm just hoping for some surprises.
I want them to announce that Masahiro Sakurai is working on something that isn't Smash Brothers
or Kirby.
Because look, he doesn't want to do either one of them anymore.
No,
so,
poor guy.
And so he wants. If he wants to do something else, if I was Nintendo, I'd let him. And I really hope that this year they announce that he's working on something else. I think that'd be awesome.
That would be cool.
And you know what? Because he makes great games.
Yeah, he does.
He makes great fucking games.
All right.
So next up on the docket after Nintendo is going to be Square Enix. After they got their heads out of their ass.
Okay, so they've only got 4 things. They've got Kingdom Hearts 3. They're going to show because they're not going to show it at Sony's press conference. Or if they do,
then what's the fucking
the point? Okay, they've got
they have to have a press conference.
They're going to show some new Final Fantasy game.
Yeah,
which it'll be 15, I think, is the one. They're going to have the new Deus Ex game. They'll probably show off some footage from that.
Yeah.
Sure. Feels like there was another one.
Some fucking Final Fantasy bullshit that no one cares about.
Really feels like there was another one.
Yeah, I mean, you got Kingdom Hearts. You got Final Fantasy bullshit. I mean...
Feels like there was another one.
There might be. But, okay, why was Square Enix trying to take over Nintendo's slot? That was a whole ordeal that,
I don't know. And then they end up changing their time, which means...
And after they pissed off, everyone.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I guess we'll change it. And then they're like, no one ever wants this slot. And now, and it's like, no, that's always a Nintendo slot, you know? Dragon
Quest, that's what I was thinking of. We'll see. We'll probably see a new Dragon Quest.
We don't even mention that.
We'll probably see footage from Just Cause 3 because they make that.
Yeah.
And then they also make
somehow. It doesn't even seem like their game at all.
They also make the Tomb Raiders, so we might see.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
So we might see some footage from the new Tomb Raider, and that's it. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they're...
anytime I hear the word Square Enix, it just...
Yeah.
So...
I always instantly think of Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, because that's what they're known for. And having really great graphics.
Yeah.
At least they used to.
Yeah.
I mean, now they're kind of...
I don't know why they're hosting their own conference.
Yeah. Unless they have something just gigantic.
Yeah, they have to.
They're like, look, we're piling all the Final Fantasy games onto one disc.
Sure.
All right, but last but certainly not least, on June 16th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and what would that be? 6 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. Atomic is the PC Gaming
Thank God
show. About fucking time, PC. Get my damn game.
So we're gonna see VR.
Oh, obviously. That's where Oculus is gonna be.
Yep.
They're gonna be there.
Yep.
We're gonna hear all about this new fucking processor that's all over my goddamn Twitter that I just skip over because I'm like I just don't got it in me.
Valve is going to come out and they're going to talk about the Steam machines.
Oh yeah, and how you can get the OS on anything.
Yep, we're gonna hear about OS. We're gonna see the controller.
That they've been promising for like 2 years.
I know you were talking earlier, but I really feel like this is where the new DirectX stuff is going to be. I really feel like
it's going to be in here too.
People at the Microsoft conference, they're not going to care.
I know, but DirectX is owned by Microsoft.
It is, but
that's why
I still feel like it's going to be more in the PC show.
Yeah,
because that's where people are going to care about it most.
And then we're going to hear all about. I mean, we're literally anything.
Yeah,
it could be anything. It could be anything from like games, VR to like RAM and motherboards.
Yep. But I mean, it is being hosted by AMD.
It is being hosted by AMD, so we're going to hear a lot about their new graphics cards that are coming out.
Which I'm fine with.
Like, look, the R series was kind of like their prototype. We're going to be seeing all new stuff that's going to be coming down the line.
It's going to be called the S series.
I'm pumped to see what they have to say about their graphics cards. Because I bet that they're going to optimize them for like Windows 10. So you can, I mean, they've already announced that with DirectX, you can plug in a Titan and some other, and
supposedly
so like Nvidia with ATI, and they'll mesh together.
How
I don't know.
I don't know.
But basically, I really feel like ATI is going to be like, look, our graphics cards, you're not going to have a problem with them. Yeah. I just want them to flat out say it because I really feel like.
I also feel like this is when we're going to hear the Windows 10 announcement, like full price. If you're not upgrading and things like that.
And
too.
I really feel like it's going to be next to free. I really feel like it's going to be cheap.
$50 or under is what I'm hoping.
I'm saying I'm going to actually say about $100 or under. I'm going to say about $100 or under because look, I know how greedy some people are.
Yeah.
But would it be great if it was like $50?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. But the one why I'm saying it's going to be next to free is because. Like we've already heard so many rumors about like, well, if you have like Windows 7 or something, you're gonna get it for free.
That's not really a rumor.
And well, I know it's not a rumor, but I was gonna say even if you have the rumor is if you have a non-legit version that you can get it for free.
Okay, well the thing with that is you can upgrade, but you're not getting upgraded to a legitimate copy.
And but then but I've also heard that it's like you can't do it at all. Like I saw something like it was on the Escapist that was saying it's like no you can't do it at all, but then it's like but the rumor still is that it's like all this stuff is just kind of like if you do have a legit version, yeah, it's no secret that you're gonna get it for free. If you don't, then where do you stand? Because I mean honestly, if I was them, I would just do it. I'd just be
people
like if
people are gonna pirate it.
If you don't have a legit version. Just do it, but where the kicker would be like if you don't have a legit version or a certain build, like what's like 8 or no, what was the last one like 765 something, which is like one that isn't cracked, and so it's like everyone always has like if you have a non-legit version, it's always like a step back. So it's like, yeah, if you have a non-legit version, that's like this version, that's the newest version, we'll give it out for free. But, this other one, you can't, I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
And, I mean, but even then, I mean, people would find a way to just get it for free.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I think they should just go ahead and do it and add that little, like, what was it that Greg said the other day? It's like throw a wrench at the monkey or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like they should throw a wrench at the monkey and and just make it that much more difficult for non-legit people to get it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, look, if I personally had to go through some BS, if I had a non-legit copy, then and I had to go for a little bit, I'd just pay. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna try. Didn't work. All right, well, I'm gonna go pay. You know. So I think that's going to be a huge thing. And of course the VR not only from Oculus but from
every other
swinging dick that's making VR.
Yep.
There's a guy who was like, I guess, making a theme park that's going to be all VR. And that's awesome. I kid you not. And he's actually making his own VR sets.
Of course he is.
Because he says that all the other VR headsets and stuff like that are just not up to snuff. And it's called, the theme park's called The Void. And you walk in, and I guess it looks really gross and just drab. And you put on this headset, and it looks great. And like everything's 1-to-1. So if there's like a pole, and you're like, the pole is there, and you know. So I think that's really cool. But it's gonna be like years before that comes out. But I'd love to go to that theme park. Yeah. But so I don't think we're gonna see anything from him because like he's running a theme park. But yeah, we'll see the Windows one, which look, I'm calling it. The Windows headset is complete bullshit. Just calling it.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Complete bullshit. My loyalty lies in Oculus.
Yeah, mine too.
It always has, always will. And I'm just saying that they're saying that they can shoot the moon. And they showed all this concept stuff about how, like, your whole desktop is everywhere, and you're like, woo, we're not there yet. No. Like, Jesus.
One thing we are forgetting, though, this is called the gaming show. We've been talking about hardware and stuff.
We've been talking about hardware.
What games are they going to show?
It's going to be all stuff that is related to gaming, like VR headsets and graphics cards.
We were talking about this the other day, but it'd be great if they would release Orange Box 2.
Oh yeah,
and then
this is brilliant.
Have Half-Life 3,
Portal
3, and Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah,
all in it.
All in it, and then like have the games kind of mesh. Like they're all in the same universe. You thought Portal and Half-Life were? Well, guess what? Left 4 Dead's in there too. And you see the characters and stuff like one of those movies where you watch one and then you watch another one and then you see scenes that are happening from that other movie.
Lion King 1.5 is the best way to describe it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that probably is what most people are going to get out of it, yeah. So
that was actually a good movie.
Sure. But, no, like, I think that'd be cool if Steam announced that, hey, look, because this is where it would be, honestly. If Half-Life 3 was going to come out, it would be here.
Yeah, at the PC gaming show at E3.
It won't.
No.
Because as we said in the beginning, I don't even want to fucking talk about it. So let's talk about Portal 3, because that makes me feel better.
Not gonna happen.
It won't happen either.
Not gonna happen.
All right, Left 4 Dead 3.
Not gonna
happen. Evolve happened. So, and that was like a spiritual successor, I guess.
Kinda.
It was made by the same people.
Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm excited about PC Game Show. Actually, out of all of them, that's the one I'm excited for the most. Because I mean, like, we're here, and if we're just two monkeys talking about fucking what can happen, some other average Joe can pretty much figure out what's gonna happen. But look, no one really knows what's gonna happen at the PC Gaming Show.
Nope.
On June 16th at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
You need to get glasses, dude.
6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So that's pretty much our E3 wrap up of what's gonna be our predictions of what's gonna happen.
Remember, if you have your own, throw them down in the comments below. We'd love to hear.
I mean, we want to make a discussion out of this. In fact, really, honestly, before the other one comes out, if we get enough people talking, we'd love to share your comments and everything.
Yep.
So
and if you're watching this after E3, you can go down there, see how we were idiots and we didn't get anything right,
and how it's like, I don't know. So yeah, so sure.
If you made it to the end of this, thank you.
If you made it to the end of this, thank you. And tell us if you liked it. Leave comments. We'd love to make another one with your stuff before E3. All right.
All right.
It's a longer video than we thought it would be. All right. Bye.
Bye.